Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday night. Welcome. We thought we would just go live, chat a little bit. We had a little dinner on you.
Saving it for later.
we are like scrambling to eat dinner. We had a busy day. Scotty was curling
Yeah,
against the
curling with the U.S.
Olympic
Olympic.
wheelchair Olympic team. Okay, you
Yeah.
can have that list. And I was working out in the yard all day, so we are just scrambling, of course, to get ready, and go live. So we're in the middle of dinner, but we wanted to go live on time and give you guys all an update on what we've been up to and a couple things coming down the pipe. Scotty, why do you have RBF?
RBF. What's RBF? Resting bitch face? I mean, I'm trying to figure the TV out. It's not working.
He's trying to figure the TV out so he can get the comments on here for the chat. Let's see.
It's not working well. It's not going very well.
That's all right. We'll just pop out the chat here and I'll make it bigger. And
yeah. So if you're in here, say hello. I don't know if anybody's in here. I think it's just me watching us.
It might just be you. Say something.
Hi.
So just kidding. Zoom.
Say something.
Zoom here. All right. We are big zoom on the chat.
There we go. Beautiful.
Did you turn off the TV? Or
I did.
What? Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to see who's in here unless they say something in the chat.
You can't see it on the TV, on the chat. I can't get the chat to show up on the TV.
Okay. Hey, Dad. All right. Dad's in. I don't know what. We have 3. It says 3. Welcome. Saturday night. We can't call it Saturday Night Live because that already was taken.
I mean, yeah.
That's why I said we're live tonight. Live tonight with Moto Yogi and Two Wheel Travels. And we are going to talk about what we've been up to lately. As you know, we went to North Carolina and we brought some supplies. It was our family vacation turned hurricane relief effort, and so many people pitched in. It was awesome. And we did talk about it a little bit when we got back, but there have been new developments, if you will.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of need down there, and what we saw was, communities pitching in and helping out with some of the supplies, but now the real need is rebuilding. So first order of business obviously was survival, and now it's rebuild and move on with your lives. So there's still a lot of need down there, and as soon as Scott got back, he started drumming up more support. And where are you at now?
So, I mean, really everything that they need is down there. So it doesn't make sense to load up more trailers and go down with more supplies. The big box stores are starting to open again. So really the biggest thing that they need right now is money, is monetary donations and or physical help. There's a lot of cleanup to do. It's an utter it's crazy. The things that we saw when we drove into Asheville were unimaginable. It's like I know people have seen like tornado destruction, and you see some of the news of what happened in Asheville, but when you see it in person, it's the cameras that it doesn't show it justice.
Yeah, so people have to rip things out of their house, right? Drywall. The flooding, it gets in everything, and everything is pretty much destroyed. So there's piles of rubbish and trash that people brought out to the streets. They're pulling all the drywall at least the first floor of their houses, and
all their furniture,
all the couches and beds and
clothing. I mean, any appliance that was on the first floor is probably ruined and garbage. So monetary donations are huge. That's what they need because they can buy new appliances, they can buy new furniture, they can uh, put a down payment on a car, or because there were just hundreds of cars just gone, swept down the riverbed. Um, and clothing, like they can buy clothing. So right now, we have 2 weeks left. My initial goal was to get to $2,000. Right now, we're at $1,300, which is good.
because
It's
we
pretty
just
good.
really started this.
It's been a week,
yeah.
about a week.
Do we have room for supplies? Because I think there were some supplies that the Harley dealership still had. But I know there's other people that have been going down with truckloads.
Yeah, so
too.
the Harley dealership hooked up with another
Okay.
donation organization that was going down, and I
Okay.
believe gave them their donations.
Cool.
If somebody wants to send stuff down, like I'm also working with a mutual friend of ours from Madison who potentially is going to send down N95 masks and donate those through her
Right.
company.
Right.
So,
but also, like, we are not a charity. We're just
right.
people doing some things. So, like, when a company wants to donate a large amount of stuff, they want to donate to an organization they can do a tax write-off. So I'm not sure that that's going to happen.
It's probably not going to happen.
This is just really for, small donations, and a lot of small donations make a
big donation.
Yeah.
So like last time when we were down there last time, we handed out supplies, and then we also handed out $1,500 in gift cards. So that was, the looks on the people's faces again were just incredible when they get money. So Maggie's trying to get in on the chat.
That's okay. Come on in. Here.
No, it's just she wants our food.
I'm trying to find out who's on. We've got 4 people on, and I can't.
Yeah, say
say
hello.
Something in the chat.
We know Bushwhackers on, and that's
Bushwhackers
bad.
In.
So if you're in here chit chatting or listening, give us a hello. So, so my goal is to get to initially was going to get $2,000, but we had some really big donations from people, so we haven't had a lot of donations per se. We've just had.
All right, hello from New Hampshire.
We've
Mom. Hi, Mom.
So we've had a lot of we've had like 5 or 6 donations that have totaled to $1,300.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess this is our donation really is gas money going down there.
Gas, hotel. I'm gonna have to have a hotel for 2 nights probably, and
then what's your plan when you get down there? Are you planning to go work with the same drop sites that we worked with, or get
we're actually we're gonna go deeper. We're actually gonna go further east because the town's east of Asheville was primarily the industrial area that got hit hard. Now, when you watch the news and people say Asheville was cut off from the outside world, it kind of was in a sense because of all the trees that were down. It wasn't because all the roads were washed out. It was hundreds and thousands of trees across the road. You couldn't get in and out of Asheville.
Okay, so what did you see when you guys went in there? Because you and Derek drove into Asheville.
Yeah.
What road did you take to get in? Like, which direction?
We came in off of 74, so it was from the southwest, and that was wide open. It was no problem to get in, but you could see as we were getting closer to Asheville, all the fresh cut trees that were just, they were like they cut the trees and pushed the stuff to the side of the road.
Okay.
So there were hundreds on just that road alone that were down.
So when you guys went in there, and this was like a week after, was a week and a half?
Yeah, it was about a week. We were about a week after. About a week and a couple days.
So then some of the Walmart trucks are starting to get in. So really, that was right at the beginning of when roads into Asheville were starting to be opened up.
Yeah,
people were getting in. You still have all of the like backcountry roads and the mountain roads and some of those areas that were not as, I don't want to say beefy of a road, but like not as
I mean, so like a lot of the areas that people can't get to are up in the mountains,
Right.
where the creeks, or where the, I guess, waterfalls or the waterways, when it would rain, would come down that way, but they've never seen 30 inches of rain in that short a time. And when that happened, it was a colossal, giant wall of water coming down the mountain.
Yeah, Bushwhacker's asking if we can share photos. I don't know how to do that in this stream because this is just a basic YouTube live. I think we would need to use some stream software to be able to
Yeah.
feed in pictures, which is above my technology level right now, but we will get there. Let's see, Moose Mountains from New Hampshire. Did you guys get any like rain or anything from the last couple hurricanes up there in New Hampshire?
It's a good question. I don't know that they're still there.
Oh.
So yeah. So our goal is to go back and help out. I don't know how long I'll stay there. We're gonna go and obviously pass out some gift cards again, and then maybe we'll lend a hand for a while. Because this is kind of like our downtime for the business. So we'll.
And your
maybe
business
see.
is Scott Seasonal Services. They do lawn mowing and snow plowing and fall cleanup. So now you're kind of into the fall cleanup time of year, but you still have to wait till leaves drop.
Yep.
The leaves are still hanging on here. So he's got to kind of play it by ear on that, but it is the slow season for the business. So no rain. They got wind from Milton. Okay.
So, I mean, it's hard to even explain the amount of damage that's there. Everybody that we talked to and that we visited when you went with was very helpful. You talked to the fire chief from Clyde.
The fire chief.
And we talked to the Rangers, and I talked to the reservists when we were there, or the National Guard, I should say, when we were there the second day, because they were there the second day at the donation drop. So it's a mess, and it's going to take a long time to clean up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a mess too. And I'm looking, we watched some of the video down also Florida. I mean, that's a mess too.
The amount of sand. The amount of sand that's not where it's supposed to be down there. It's
so
crazy.
Are you going to bring chainsaws and work gloves, and are you planning to?
We might throw the chainsaw in there.
Are you bringing your business partner?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
All right.
I think we're going to bring Dax along and maybe give him a life lesson, so to speak. Like, I don't know that it's really a life lesson.
It's just
maybe
nice
it's
to be
just
able to help, and he's a good kid, and I know he always helps when we need it, and he's a strong kid. You need some muscle down there.
And I think it would be good for him to see that, like to see what destruction and devastation is in person, just to get the full scope of it.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll see. And it's depending if you go on a weekend, potentially I could go, but it depends on your schedule. Probably not. She
just wants to stretch herself even thinner than she is already.
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, you should
dogs,
stay here.
I think. And,
yeah, because I'm taking Dax. Someone's gonna watch the dogs.
Oh yeah.
So
right, I'll be home watching the dogs. You guys will just have to keep in touch and take some video. I do have a lot of footage from when we were down the first time.
It's just busy. You started a new position.
I started a new job, so I'm busy with transitioning out of my old job into my new job and trying to get things around the house ready for winter, because we are in good old chilly Midwest Wisconsin.
It wasn't chilly today though.
No, it was 70 degrees today. It's beautiful.
Bike riding weather. Yeah, I mean,
there's not really a whole lot to say other than
donate.
And Scotty's sharing stuff on Facebook.
Yep.
I will we'll do a couple shorts or something to get out there. So find those shorts. We'll record those tomorrow and send them around. We'll get
And
some
we
more
can put the Venmo.
donations.
You can
and
put the Venmo in the comments if you
I
want.
did.
Oh, you did
The
already?
Venmo's in the
The link's in the
description of this
description.
video.
Sweet.
And yeah.
And we're actually looking at the TV now. There might be another hurricane coming.
Oh my gosh. No. Take a break.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, Florida's taken a beating this year, but and we were talking about this earlier in the week or last week, just before Milton hit, and I think the state of Florida is so much more prepared, and it's like the norm for them to get hurricanes.
Right.
You don't see hurricanes in Western North Carolina. It doesn't happen.
Right.
I don't think it's ever happened.
So even with the architecture, things in Florida are built to withstand hurricane force winds to an extent. I'm sure the piers and things that go into the ground in foundations are done a little differently to account for that. If you're in a coastal area, some of those are on stilts.
Yeah.
And there's different specifications, I think, in different parts of the country based on what might happen in your area. Like if you're building something in California, I think there's other standards there for earthquake readiness. So Florida is built potentially to
most of Florida is. I think
from the hurricanes.
I think when they rebuild the houses that did get destroyed, they'll build them more hurricane proof than they are now. Because there were a lot of them that were not.
Like some of the really old places.
I mean, Florida took a beating on this last one. It was not good. So, yeah. Anything else you gotta? I mean, so that was trip 1 that we took. This is going to be trip 2, and there's probably going to be a trip 3.
Right, and we'll share more details on trip 3 coming up, but it involves some local school children and holiday gifts. So stay tuned for that, and we'll let you know when we get more information there. That one we won't be really taking, donations for.
No, that's a trip. That's a special trip for a school here in Wisconsin to go to North Carolina.
Yeah, more about that at a later date.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Nothing else.
We don't have anything coming up either. Like nothing motorcycle related that,
Well, and the channel here, people want to hear about motorcycle related stuff.
She's gonna ride tomorrow.
I'm probably riding tomorrow. Yeah. It's gorgeous, and I worked my butt off today. I'm turning. We live in sort of a rural area, and we used to have chickens, and we don't have chickens anymore. He didn't want me to get more chickens because they scratch up his mulch and
make a mess.
They don't eat a lot of the bugs. And anyway, but I have been working this summer little by little and turning the chicken coop run into a greenhouse. So I'm trying to get that buttoned up by winter. I used a lot of reclaimed.
A greenhouse? I thought it was going to be something else.
Pottery studio.
That's what it was.
Place to go hang out to get away from Scott.
Mom, you and Mom are going to do pottery when you're building your kiln.
You can't build a kiln.
Really? You can't build a kiln? Really?
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
I'm going to find a used one someday. Yeah. No. But I'm turning it into kind of a greenhouse so that I can start seeds and things in there in the spring. And then, yes, also, I mean, I could probably go out there in the winter. It's just like a nice shanty, but bigger. I'll bring my little buddy heater out there for ice fishing, and
she's nuts.
Go hang out there.
She's nuts.
Plant some things.
I love her, but she's nuts. All right. You want to talk any motorcycle stuff? Or are you good?
No. I mean, last year this time we were planning our Florida trip.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought my new motorcycle. So yeah.
You're coming up on a year.
I haven't even had it a year. I got less miles on it this summer than I wanted to.
No big trips.
Well, yeah, right.
I mean, you didn't ride any
we didn't
big
ride.
trips.
We didn't ride out to Sturgis. We took the RV, so that was
Next year, riding.
Next year we're riding out there, and then the North Carolina trip because we brought.
Which was supposed to be a riding trip,
It was supposed to be a riding trip,
but we took the bikes
We
out
took
and
the
brought
bikes.
supplies.
So, yeah. So I mean, I feel like Hurricane Relief was a motorcycle trip, so it is. It does relate. We can relate to it, but
Absolutely.
yeah. Now we're just rambling.
And we're gonna go.
Yeah. And there's I mean, if you have any questions in the chat or have any topics for discussion, we could keep rambling.
Shoot us a message.
But
IM us, DM us.
But I'm also hungry and my rest of my dinner is calling. And
Yeah.
maybe a glass of wine.
You should get a glass of wine.
Yeah.
You should have had a glass of wine while you were on camera.
I mean, I could, but then it would be like Beggars and Brews. What would we call ourselves? Winos and
What if we stayed on?
Wheels
What
and
if-
winos?
What if we stayed on for like 4 hours right now and just stayed
No.
on? How many viewers do you think?
Maybe
we'd get?
4. We would get 4.
You think
There's
4?
3 now.
All right, go get your wine.
2 of them are my parents. No, I don't
Okay.
want to sit here and drink wine all night with 4 people.
Hey, we got 4. Look, we got another one. Whoever the 4th person is, say hello.
Yeah, right now we're discussing whether we should stay online. And
I think we should stay on and just raise money.
no, this is like a telethon.
Telethon.
No, this is not a telethon.
Hurricane Relief Telethon.
I'll tell you what. Next weekend, what do we got going on next weekend?
If
we figure it out.
It's Halloween, is it not? No, it's not.
We could have it is Halloween.
No, it isn't.
Weekend.
No.
Halloween's on the Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, it is Halloween weekend.
Anyway, well, if we're around next weekend, maybe we can do something. Anyway, we're
Fine.
gonna raise money. We're gonna see how we do this week, and
We need to push. Go to my Facebook page.
do people know your Facebook page? Like,
No,
people don't. All the people don't have Facebook.
Put a link in there.
Okay, I'll put a link to Scott's Facebook page, and
I do all my posting on my personal Facebook page because all the money's going to my personal Venmo, which is my Venmo is all been hurricane stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't use Venmo.
I don't use
for
Venmo for
He's
anything
like, but I'll
else,
get
so-
Venmo, and then it'll all be hurricane. So
Yeah. So I did get cash from my dad.
Yep.
Yesterday, he donated $100. So thanks, pops.
My mom and dad gave some.
Your
money
mom and dad
last
gave
time,
money last time.
So like,
Who else
no
sent?
need to give more.
Christine Weber is sending me a check in the mail, snail mail,
Okay.
because she doesn't use Venmo data.
Okay.
As she calls it, the Pony Express.
All right.
So,
Well, whatever way you do it,
and there was one person that sent via PayPal. So
there you go. Excellent.
we're at $1,300. I want to get to
2,000.
3,000.
Oh, 3,000. Now you're aiming higher.
I want to get to 3,000. We have 2 weeks. I've gotten to 1,300 in 4 days,
Yeah.
5 days,
Okay.
and we have 2 weeks.
All right. Well, we'll plan a live farther in advance. We will call it the telethon. I will see if I can figure out some streaming something so it's better, because also there was one gentleman on who said he was deaf and we didn't have like closed captioning, which you have to have some kind of a service or something doing it live. I don't know how to do that.
Maybe we can.
But it on the replay, they showed
We'll
up. He
figure
watched
this
the
out in the
replay,
next
but-
week,
Okay.
and we can figure out how maybe we can have somebody from down south and interview them, or
Like
something.
over the internet.
yeah.
Now you're just getting crazy.
Well, it's a telethon. You got to have people to come in and talk with you.
Oh my
Nobody wants to listen to us babble for
24 minutes.
just saying.
All right, so we are now on minute 4.5 of the Wisconsin goodbye. Since
We
started,
do this all the
since
time.
we started saying we were getting off of here 4 minutes ago.
I'm ready to get off.
All right, I'm calling it.
We're out of here.
Thank you all for joining us, all 4 of you.
Oh, mom, dad,
Mom,
half of you,
Dad.
family. Thanks. Appreciate
New
you.
Hampshire Moose Mountain.
Moose.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you all. And we'll see you next week. I don't know how to do this.
She doesn't know how to turn it off.
Oh gosh. Like every live video, we have like content.
You gotta
beginning
minimize
that.
the.
Oh yeah, it's at like 250. Oh, there we go. End stream. Adios. Do you want to end? Are you sure you want to end? Oh yeah, sure. No, not yet. Let's
No, let's talk some more. You want to get a glass of wine?
Okay,
Why
bye.
not? Bye.